So this time we'll be looking at Black Lightning, or Jefferson Pierce, who first appears in Black Lightning #1 in 1977. Now, Black Lightning has the distinction of being the first DC black superhero. I say superhero, meaning that he's in a costume with his own title. Coming in pretty much late to the game after Marvel, with both Black Panther and Luke Cage, created by Tony Isabella. Great sculpt. Even though this is a modern type costume, which I would much prefer one of his older costumes, particularly like his Outsiders costume from the 80s. Although we could hope for a re-sculpt. There is one thing about the sculpt that I like to point out. I don't know if you can tell, but to me, his head kind of looks lopsided. This part of his head looks higher than this part. Now maybe that's just me. I don't know, but he does kind of make him look a little bit odd. The paint is done very well with the lightning bolts, both the blue and the yellow. It's very clean, except here in the back there's a little bit of yellow splashed onto the black. And again, his face, his eyes are nice. They have the nice metallic yellow lenses, I guess. He has no accessories. I kind of wish they would give him a little electrical little accessory. I may have to borrow the Blue Superman's electrical thing, see if that fits on his hand. Doesn't seem to have as much articulation in his head as far as going forward and back as, let's say, the other figures like Amazo or the Atom did. His arms go all the way around. You do have to watch the back here as you're going around. They swivel at the bicep there, bend at the elbow, rotate at the wrist, abdominal articulation, but very stiff. Waist articulation. Legs go forward, back, in and out, rotate at the thigh, bend at the knee, and bend at the ankle. Jefferson Pierce was an Olympic decathlete who returned to his south side of Metropolis hometown, also referred to as the Suicide Slum, to teach and to become the principal of Garfield High. At the time he comes back, this particular neighborhood is, and Metropolis in general, is being overrun by the gang called the 100. And yes, there is still crime, even though Superman is in Metropolis. And he also has to deal with the corrupt politician Tobias Whale, who's on the city council, I believe. See, Jefferson Pierce has kept secret that he's had superpowers for his whole life. And his superpowers are electrical manipulation. So he can't generate electricity, but he can control it and also electrical things. I believe it's Paul Gamby who also created the um, the Rogue's costumes, urges him to use his powers uh, to become a superhero and creates a costume for him. As part of this costume, he wears a belt that helps create the electricity that he will manipulate. Nobody knows that he wears a belt. They just think that that's his powers, that he's generating the electricity on his own. For a brief time, he lost his powers, but that turned out to be just, I guess, all in his mind, and he soon regains them and joins the Outsiders, organized by Batman, to go after the kidnapped Lucius Fox. During the invasion of Earth by the Citadel, they unleash this gene bomb. Gene, Gene bomb. And what this is it's supposed to interfere with all these superpowered beings of Earth, but actually creates more superpowered beings. So this gene bomb increases his powers so that he no longer needs his belt to generate the electricity. And when Lex Luthor becomes president, he names him as Secretary of Education. He's hesitant about accepting it, but this is a way someone can keep tabs on Luthor. When Lex Luthor goes nuts, he resigns, and I guess he basically retires at that point. But he has subsequently re-entered the superhero life, joining the JLA, and is currently based in Washington, D.C. After the death of Batman, he's joined the Outsiders that were organized by Alfred. He has two daughters that are also superheroes. Anissa, who is Thunder, who used to be on the Arsenal Nightwing team of Outsiders, and his youngest daughter, Jennifer, who's taken the name Lightning and has pretty much inherited her father's electrical-based powers. And she is now working as one of the young members of the JSA. He was originally supposed to be part of the Super Friends in the Super Friends cartoons, but Hanna-Barbera needed to pay Tony Isabella extra for the use of the character, so they cut him out and came up with their own version of a black electrical powered hero, and I think probably most of you will know that became Black Vulcan. So he was supposed to be in Static Shock as Black Lightning, but at the last minute, for the same reason, was replaced and renamed as Soul Power. In the Justice League Unlimited, Black Vulcan kind of gets a cameo. That's, of course, the cloned warriors that battle the Justice League for the government, and his name is Juice. The suit and powers are pretty much a tribute or an homage. Stay tuned for my next review, which will be on, well, there's only one guy left, so it has to be the Eradicator. Till then, see ya.